Madhyoli Charanam, Jai Nandalala. Today is a very, very, very must need topic, which we all don't know how to attain. Surrender. Everyone says, I've surrendered. But very few understand what surrender really means. What is surrender? Why should we surrender? To whom should we surrender? What happens when we surrender? All these are interesting questions that we are going to talk about in this session today. First, I'll start off with a beautiful story. Beautiful story from Ramayana. There's so many stories in Ramayana, little bits, which actually wraps up and tells us what surrender is beautifully. I'm going to take one small part from Ramayana. Excuse me. Excuse my bad throat today. I'm going to talk about Sabari. Sabari from Ramayana. Who is this Sabari? She's a young girl. She's a daughter of a hunter. Heart of gold. Not very, appealing to look at. People are not going to say, oh, she's so beautiful. No, she's very ordinary. But her heart is gold. That is what matters. In the end of the day, whatever beauty is outside is just so temporary, because outside our body is going to be, filled with wrinkles, and we're all going to get old. We're all going to be sagging one day. Reality. But the heart, right? The soul, it's going to be gold, shining. If we are gold, it is gold. That is what determines who we are, not the outside look. It's very temporary. So Sabari had a heart of gold. She was perfect. She was a hunter's daughter. Now, usually the hunter's custom is like this, right? The tradition is that if anybody's wedding, they have to have a lot of goat and sheep, and they give bali, sacrifice, and then they eat it. This is the tradition. Nothing wrong in it, but that's the tradition. They go by that. Sabari, when it was her turn to get wed, her wedding happened. Her wedding is going to happen. She knows tomorrow a lot of animals are going to be sacrificed, and it's going to be a grand meal. And previous day she's watching, and she saw the flock of sheep and goats, so many, hundreds of them outside, and she knows that tomorrow they're all going to die. It breaks her heart. Breaks her heart so much that she says, you know what? What's the purpose? I'm going to be getting married tomorrow, and all these living, the poor animals, innocent animals are going to die. How can I stop it? There's like a divine calling, She hears it. She's a person who heard it. The only way she could stop it is stop the wedding. Obviously, her parents are not going to agree. So she runs away. She runs away from her house and to the forest. She wants to seek the higher being. Think about it. Seeking the higher being for a small young girl. I told you there's no age. There is no age for realization. Once you know it is wrong, morally, you stick to it. That's what she did. Nothing stopped her. She went into the forest and she wanted a guru. What do you do once you want to realize, you want to, on the path of realization, you want a guru? That's the first thing. We seek the guru. That's what she did. She was wandering in the forest. She went from one rishi gurukulam to another, and all the rishis said, "You're not. We can't take you because you're a tribal. We cannot take you in the gurukulam." So she couldn't bear it. She kept walking though. She didn't lose her hopes, which we have to learn. The society is now such that we lose hope so fast. She has no means, she has nothing, but she kept going. She didn't lose hope. She kept going and here and there wandering without nobody. And then she reached Matanga Muni's ashram. She went inside just like before, always, and she pleaded with him, saying, "Can you please take me in? I want to learn from you. Please take me in your ashram. I want to be your disciple. I want to learn from you, Guru. I will do everything, all the work I will do here. I will do all the chores for you. I will do everything, cleaning, cooking, fetching the water from the lake, everything I will do for you," she said. Matanga Muni saw her and he said, "You're very welcome. You can come and you can feel at home." And he immediately recognized her as the one seeking the higher being. He immediately knew it. You're not here just like that. You have come to me seeking the higher being, he said. And he gave her the place and she lived there peacefully, no problems. She was doing her work, thinking of the Lord. She was doing her work, taking the cows out, to graze. She's doing everything in the Gurukulam, feeling at home. Now, Sage Matanga Muni is getting older. One fine day, he was so old, weak. She was taking care of him. All his needs, his medicines, herbs. She used to grind all the herbs, give him the juice. She was taking very good care of her guru. And Sage Matanga Muni thought of her as his daughter. So then one fine day, he said, "My daughter, I'm leaving. I'm leaving this body. Is there anything you want from me? Please tell me now," he said. Sabari was shocked. She says, "Swami, please don't leave me alone. What will I do without you here? I don't have anyone. I don't have anybody. I cannot live without you." She said. The sage says, "My beloved girl, my sweet daughter, one day Lord Rama will come. He'll come to see you. Until then, you have to stay here. That is why you're here," he said. "Not to come with me. You're here for a higher cause." And then he left the body. Sabari was just thinking, What did her guru tell her? Lord Rama. That name was enough. She had no idea how he looked, who he is. No idea. Surrender. That is surrender. No questions. Who is he? Why should I think about him? All these questions come, right? It's okay, normal, justified. But no, she had no questions. She said, okay. And she kept thinking of Lord Rama. All her prayers were for Lord Rama. She stayed alive and anticipated in seeing Lord Rama one day. All her thoughts and prayers were for Lord Rama. She gets up early in the morning. She goes to the lake to bathe. She brings water. And she has this idol. Thought of it as Lord Rama. She offered flowers. She picked berries from the forest. And she will bite and make sure it's sweet. And she will make a bowl with leaves. She sewed it together. She weaves the leaves together to make a bowl out of it. And she will put all those berries inside it and offer it to the Lord. See the amount of dedication and devotion. Beautifully woven leaf bowl. She didn't know when Lord Rama will come. Every day she would prepare for him. He could come any day. So she would be like, tomorrow he's coming. Tomorrow he'll come. He'll come tomorrow. So that's how she planned. Every day. She had surrendered to her guru's words and she stuck to it. Days went by. She became very old. But she did everything what I mentioned every day. She never thought, all these years I did, he's not come. When is he going to come? He's not going to come. She never thought. Not one day she thought that. So there was a river, like I said, there's a river near the ashram. Every day she would go there. One fine day, there was a rishi. When she was fetching the water, like always, there was a rishi over there, sitting and meditating. When she was fetching water very early in the morning, he saw her. And he knows that in that ashram, there is a tribal girl. And for them, she's not supposed to even come near them. But she was fetching water. Same lake, same river where they also bathe. They also give their prayers. Immediately, he took a stone. He was angry to see her. Took a stone and he hurled it at her. It went and hit her leg. She screamed with pain. This is an old lady. She screamed with pain, started bleeding. She screamed Rama because that's all she knows. That's the only name she knows for all these years. She screamed in pain. And her leg started bleeding. Blood oozed out of her legs. And what happened? A drop of that blood hit the water. And the whole lake turned into blood. The whole lake turned into blood. Now this rishi got so angry when he saw the blood. The whole lake turned into blood. He was so angry. He said, look at that, look at that. Look at what she did now. Because of her impure self, one drop of her blood made the whole lake turn to blood, he said. She was so shocked herself. She just, was frightened and she ran from there. She ran from there, sobbing and weeping. And she ran into the ashram, closed the door, and she just sat there because she was so scared. Because after all, that was not her intention, to pollute the lake like they claimed. And then the rishis had no water to drink. They could not bathe in it. They could not do any rituals with that water. That is the only means of water for them. That lake, that was not usable anymore. What did they do? So they started chanting mantrams and offering yagnas and doing yagnas, puja, whatever possible they did. And they tried to regain that water. They tried to make it back to normal again. Because it was blood now. They wanted to purify it. Nothing changed. Nothing changed the way it was. It remained blood. They even brought water from Ganga. They brought water from Yamuna and mixed it there. Nothing changed. It remained blood. Someone said, I heard Lord Rama is here in the nearby forest. He's very powerful. He is the avatar of Lord Vishnu. We should go see him. He will purify this water immediately, somebody said. We all ran to see Lord Rama. Lord Rama was there with Lakshmana. They all went and fell at his feet. Said, Swami, please come to our ashram. It's nearby. He said, I will come. I will definitely come. If you are calling me with so much love, why would I say no? I will come. And he comes. He comes and he sits under the tree and he's looking at the lake. The lake is really abnormal. It looks red. So he immediately asks the Rishi, why does your lake look red? What do you want me to do? You called me here. What can I do for you? They said, exactly, Swami, this is why we called you here. There is one impure woman. She came and she did this to our lake. Then they said, can you please come and put your feet in the lake? Can you please come? It's our request that you please come and stand in the lake. He says, okay, I will come. So he comes, he walks down and he comes to the lake and puts his feet on it. And he puts his feet on it and he looks at them. Nothing happens. Remains blood. They say, Swami, please take a dip in it. Just go down and dip in it. So he says, okay. And he goes down, takes a dip, and he gets up. Nothing happens. Again, it's blood. Then one person says, Swami, can you please take a sip of it and put it out, like you're washing your mouth. When he was going to take it with his hand, Lakshmana stops his brother. Brother, it is blood. Please don't take it, he says. He just smiles at Lakshmana and continues to do what he was doing. He takes it in his mouth and puts it out. spits it out. Still blood. Nothing changed. Then he asks, how did it turn to blood? Can you tell me the whole story? He says. And Rishi says, this is what happened. She was taking she was fetching water. She was touching our lake. So the Rishi got angry and he hurled a stone at her, and the blood from her leg dropped into the lake, and this is what happened. Lord Rama says, what is her name? Yes. Oh, her name is Sabari. They say. Immediately Rama just touches his heart. His hands are in his heart like this, and he closes his eyes and he says, Sabari. That's my Sabari, he says. You're mistaken. This is not her blood. This is my blood, he says. What you see here in this lake is my blood. It's not Sabari's blood. Bring her to me. I want to see her, he says. Bring her right now. So one Rishi goes and fetches her. They go and knock on the door and say, Sabari, Lord Rama is here to see you. He wants to see you. Sabari's poor thing is sobbing. She's still sobbing. She's weeping. She's scared. Now then she heard Lord Rama. The name, that name she's been waiting for years. Immediately the sparkle in her eyes. All her pain vanishes. She gets up, energized. She opens the door and she runs out. She runs out like a mad woman. And screaming all the way, Rama, Rama, where are you? And there she sees the beautiful Lord standing, waiting, looking at her. Smiling. All those years of yearning has ended for Sabari. She sees the Lord standing right there. She goes and she's running like, I told you, so fast. You will believe, like, how can an old woman run like that? All the munis and rishis were looking. And while she was running on the sand, the lake sand, the sand from under her feet fly out of her feet and go into the water. They flutter, you know, they're fluttering out of her feet and going and, you know, spreading on the water, and the water's clearing out. The whole blood is clearing out, and the clear waters are showing up. It's like a magic. Everybody is able to see the whole transformation right in front of their eyes. And Lord Rama smiles and says, do you see that? The sand from a pure devotee's feet has purified your lake, he says. Did you see that? He's so proud of her. He's so proud of his devotee. The sand from under her feet has purified your lake, he says. He's not even aware of what is going on around her. The only thing she can see is Lord Ram. She did not know what her feet what the sand under her feet did. She had no idea. She ran and fell at Lord Rama's feet. She just fell at his feet, sobbing and weeping. But the weeping and the sobbing was of joy. It was full of joy, that ecstasy that none of us know. This ecstasy is when you reach the Lord. It's a different type of a joy, where the tears never stop. The tears don't stop. Tears out of joy. And all done. Lord Rama, with love, called her and picked her up. Sabari, get up. Amma, he says. And she got up. She gets up and she looks at him. So much yearning. She looks at him and she says, would you please come to my hut? I have decorated it, he says. I have decorated the whole place for you. He says, you lead, I will follow. He says, you lead, I will follow. So Sabari, goes and then she looks back. Rama is following. She runs and she looks back. Rama is following and she takes him to her hut. All this, the Munis and Rishis are all watching this whole scene. And there they are at the hut, and she sits him down with a lot of respect. And she washes his feet and she takes her, the ragged clothes that she's wearing. She wipes his feet. And she offers him the bowl, that leaf bowl that she created, she makes every day. And she has these berries on it. She fills it with berries. And she gives it to him and she says, Rama, Swami, I have picked all these berries. And, I tasted each one of them so that they're all sweet. They're all sweet, she says, and she gives it. And everything she has picked. Every one of the berries she has picked and tasted. And when Lord Rama was going to pick the berry, Lakshmana stopped him. Brother, they are half eaten. You don't want to eat it. They're all bitten, he says. Lord Rama looks at him, smiles as always, and he continued to do what he wanted. He took the berries and he tasted. And he's like, this is the sweetest berry I've ever had, Lakshmana, he says. This is the sweetest. Do you want to try it? Sabari's berries, he says. So Lakshmana says, thank you, Varna. It's okay. I'm good, he says. But Lord Rama's relishing the berries. That is devotion. No? That is devotion. There is no HL. That is all. See, this is the second time after Kannappa Nayanar, after Neelanakka Nayanar. This is about the same topic where devotion, there is no boundaries, there is no rules. It's just love, pure love. And he relished all the berries and he asked Sabari, what can I do for you, Amma? Tell me, ask me anything. Ask me whatever you want. I will give it to you. The Lord says. Sabari says, Swami, I have waited for you for so many years. Only thing I want is your feet. That is all I want. Nothing else. Lord Rama smiles and blesses her, and he leaves. The minute he leaves, she falls lifeless, attaining what she asked. Surrender. There's a small story about surrender. Everything is beautifully well packaged and given to us. What we take out of it is up to us, right? What we took out of it is up to us. She attained the Lord's feet. That is what we are here in this earth for. We are all here. In the end, we have to attain his feet. That is our destination. It's like we booked our tickets to, let's say, India. It's like we never reach India. We're wandering here and there, Dubai, London, everywhere else, Africa. We are going everywhere but India. That's our life now. Our destination is the Lord's feet. We have to remember that. And to attain that, what are we supposed to do? When we start wandering here and there, when we are going to Dubai, when we go to Africa, what do? We go to the ticket counter and say, hey, my destination is India. Can you please change it? We do that, don't we? But here, how do we attain the Lord's feet? By listening to his stories, by doing everything possible, going through the spiritual path. We attain his feet. Everything is there, given to us in a silver platter, but we don't take it. We don't take it. In our dictionary, when we go and see what is surrender, in our dictionary, the meaning is so different. It has nothing to do with spirituality, okay? Surrender means concede, quit, fall victim, defeated. If a normal person, when I say you need to surrender, goes and checks the dictionary and sees all these meanings, he will be like, that's not how a strong person, that's not what strong people do. It says quit, fall victim, defeated. That's like they're asking me to feel miserable. I understand your point. But surrender and spirituality is everything different from what they have given in the dictionary. Everything different. There is no fear. There is no opponent. In the dictionary, you say you're defeated. Only if there's an opponent, you're defeated, right? There's no opponent. There's no way to get defeated if there's no opponent. You're calm. You attain victory. You're always victorious. It's happiness. It's comfort. It's calmness. It's protection. This is surrender in spirituality. So please don't check the dictionary. Surrender has a very different meaning. One day, I kept telling this to everybody. I tell this to everyone. Surrender is my usual thing. So one of the devotees, she asked me this question. She said, Madhuri, it takes it takes me so much effort. Like it's like the worst case scenario. I try and try and try, and the worst case scenario, and I cry and I say, Amma, you please take over. I can't do it anymore. This is surrender for me, Madhuri. She says. So, but you seem to be pretty happy every time. She's telling me. And you're saying you've already surrendered. For me, surrender is like a frightening thing. It's like going into the fire and then calling for help all of a sudden. I laughed. I said, that's a very good side you brought out. And then I asked Amma, how do I explain to her that she understands what surrender is? She's taken it as a war. She's taken it really like the dictionary is telling you, right? You feel defeated, you're quitting, and then you're calling out for help. It's like what happened to Gajendra Moksham, right? What happened to Draupadi? Right? They're all like in the last stage. And when she's like, I can't do it anymore, she lifts her hand up and says, Lord Krishna, please come to help. And he comes and supplies all the sari, yards of sari. No, that's not surrender. Yes, surrender can happen like that too. But it doesn't have to be like that every time. When our ego takes over, yeah, we have to go to the last stage and then we say, please, Lord, help me. Yeah, it takes a toll on us. Surrender doesn't have to be like that. A small analogy, an example I'm going to give you. Think about this. There's a circus. Circus has a ringmaster. Ringmaster knows everything. There are lions, tigers, wild animals. But all those animals listen to the ringmaster. Ringmaster is in control. He has that whip in his hand and he doesn't have to really use it. He commands, the lion does it. Now, one fine day, there's this little boy. He's watching everything. So the ringmaster says, do you want to try this? The boy says, yeah, I love to try it. So he takes over the whip and he starts controlling the lions and the wild animals. The ringmaster's right there. The boy does a very good job. The boy gets so confident. He's like, I'm really good with this whip and I'm really good with this animals. I can control all these now. Now he tells the ringmaster, you can go. I don't need you anymore. I got this. Now, one day goes by. The lions are like, okay, fine. 2 days, 3 days, the lion is like, who are you? Where is my ringmaster? You're bossing around too much. Amateur. And he growls at the boy. The boy is like, okay. Everything was going well until now. What happened all of a sudden? And he looks at the ringmaster. The ringmaster is there, but at a distance, watching. But the boy doesn't ask for help because the ego. He has his ego, right? He got everything under control. What happened all of a sudden? He only told the ringmaster, I don't need you. But then the next day, the lion not only growls, he goes to pounce on the boy. That time the boy runs and goes and hides behind the ringmaster, giving him the whip. He hands over the whip to the ringmaster in the last moment, just at the jaws of death. This is what we all do. It's an analogy. The boy is who? We. We're all the boy. Who's the ringmaster? The Lord. And the lion is all the hardships, the situations, the challenges that we go through in our life. Why did we take the whip in the first place? Why? Why couldn't we let the ringmaster handle the lion himself? Right? Why did the boy ask for the whip? The ego. I can do it. We all are like that. No? Why take the whip? A small example about surrender, right? Never, never, never take the whip from the Lord. He's an expert. Let him take it. Let him do what he wants. Let's sit beside him. Let him control the situation. We don't need the whip. We do not need control because we can't control. Now, another picture. Let's say the boy never took the whip from the ringmaster. What would have happened? Nothing. The boy would be sitting there calm, watching the whole show going smoothly, like always. That is surrender. You don't have to go to the jaws of death and then come back and running to God, and God will save you again. That is what we do. That is what I told her. And she was very happy. This ringmaster story made her understand the whole explanation of surrender. Thank you, Amma, I said. She gave a beautiful story of this ringmaster, right? Now, thank God of course, if she had asked me, Madhuri, I don't want to go into a circus, then of course, we are all in a circus already. Remember that. This whole world is a circus. For that also, there is an answer. How are we going to get through this journey? Get through this circus is the whole point. Let the ringmaster take control. Let him be in control. And let us understand that we are not in control. Simple. Simple understanding of what surrender is. If we let him control, we know that he's in control. He'll take care. We don't have to think about anything. We don't have to find the solution for anything. He will do it. Nothing will bother us. No situation will bother us. Nothing belongs to us. Everything belongs to the ringmaster. Make sense? Everything belongs to him. Nothing belongs to us. The Lord is in control. Surrender is a beautiful, blissful journey. When you surrender, you don't feel any pain. Now, what does Kunti Devi say when Krishna was leaving after the war? The only thing Kunti Devi says was, Krishna, always give me sorrows and worries. Always give me sorrows and worries. That way, I don't forget you. Because that's our human mind, you know. That is our human mind. It's unfortunate that we think of the Lord only when we are in trouble. Go and see in the temple. Go and see in the temple. 80% will be there because of worries. I'm just being generous, saying 80. 20% is a big number also, right? Being not worrying, I don't know about that, but I'm just giving a number. Very few. You can count the number of people who are there because they enjoy coming to the temple. Most of them are there because my daughter has to get married. My son has to get a promotion. My son is not talking to me. Or I need a promotion. Everybody has something or the other to praise. And they're there. Very few will say, I come to the temple every Saturday. Very few will say, I come every time. Not for anything. Just for peace of mind. Very few. Very few. This is our scriptures. Kunti Devi stating the truth. That even now we see it. But the surrender I was talking about, if we understand this whole surrender beautifully well, then we are in bliss. We'll be thinking about him 24/7. When I say thinking about him 24/7, does not mean that we leave our families and we sit there in one corner and we become a sannyasi. No. We do our duties. We do everything for our family. Because duties first, we have to do for our family. We do everything in the Lord's name. When we spoke about detachment, we covered that. We do everything in the God's name. We keep nothing, no expectations. We do it with love. We do it because we want to do it. And we forget about it. That's a big fact. The surrender thing comes in this. Detachment is one big key element there. Only when you do detachment, when you're detached, surrender is a path attained through detachment. There is no ties. You're so free. Freedom. You know, it's freedom. Having no expectations is freedom. Forgetting what you did is freedom. It's keeping a record of, I did this for her. I did this when she was ill. I did this when she was in the hospital. I did this when she was falling. I did this, that. All that information is unnecessary. When you did help, delete it. Delete. Because do it in the Lord's name, Ambal's name. Just do it in his or her name. Another, surrender. Lot of complaints, right? How is he not respecting me? All that will be gone. Someone insults you, you won't even feel the insult because now you're not even yourself. You've attained the higher self. When you attain the higher self, you don't give importance to anything that belongs to you because you understood that nothing is mine. So where is my self-respect? How can anyone insult when you're not even you? When you give importance to that body is when you feel insulted. Right? That's another point of surrender. Remember in the beginning I said it's not easy to surrender. It's not easy to surrender. It's a very difficult path, and only if the Lord blesses and gives you the permission, we can surrender. But our whole path, everyday activity, we should do it in keeping this in our mind that we have to surrender. We have to surrender. We have to surrender. And understand what surrender means. If you understand what surrender means, the path is clear. At least we have realized, right? That opens up a path. After we start treading that path, no one can insult us. No one can hurt our feelings. No one can disappoint us. Sad news or happy news can't bother us. Both we take it in the same level with calmness. They will not bother us. You will not start saying, oh, I have to help this person, I have to save her. You will know God has got everybody's back. I'll do what I can do. That calmness. You just have to sit and pray. Amma, take care of my parents. Amma, take care of my husband. Amma, take care of my kids. Amma, take care of my sister, my brother. That's it. So simple. That my is gone. My child, my husband, my wife, that's mine. That is ego. Nothing is ours. Now you must be wondering, oh my God, this is difficult. This is difficult. Yes, I never said it's easy. I never did. I know how surrender feels. I know. It's happiness, bliss. I'm only sharing my thoughts. Small incidences in my life, I'm going to share with you. You all know I've surrendered to Amma. I'm her puppet. I'm her servant. I do only what she says. There are days when I have to water the plants in summer. And there are three boys in my house, my husband, two sons, right? Three boys may not be available to help. I have to take the water from the kitchen because I don't have a tap in the backyard. The tap doesn't work. I have to take the water from the kitchen and I have to water the plants in a can. There's a lot of plants. It takes at least close to 40 minutes for me to water all the plants. And I do it because it's her garden, it's her flowers. I do it. But there are days when I had a lot of work that day and I'll be a little tired, exhausted. And then I'll be like, okay, I have to water the plants and I'll come to take the water. And I'm thinking, Amma, give me strength. I have to water the plants. I don't want them to die, right? Because of the heat. So I go and take the water and I just go to water the first plant and I can feel the drizzle. It starts drizzling. These are Amma's Leelas. No, you don't have to water. I got it. I did not tell her to bring the rain down. I never asked her. But that is Amma, right? Her kindness is beyond. She brings the rain down for me. It's not once or twice. It's happened many times. It's so silly and small, you may think, but it is big for me. It's big for me. There are times when in the morning, I keep the milk for boiling to make coffee for everybody. And every time I'll go to do something else and the milk boils over and it's extra work. Obviously, the milk boils over, it's extra work. So it happened 2 times. And then after that, I said, Amma, please take care of the milk. I say, Amma, please take care of the milk. And I go. Believe it or not, when I say, Amma, please take care of the milk boils over only after I come back. The milk boils over only after I come back. Again. She takes care. She does. Another one. Just happened 2 weeks back. A devotee had got a beautiful Mallipu garland. I took it out and I wanted to offer it to Amma's picture. So I took it's a very big picture of Amma. I put the garland on Amma's picture. The garland came from top of the picture and it comes until here. It came until here. So her face is here and it comes until her neck. So I'm just pinning it inside, the garland, pinning it in the back of the frame. And I'm thinking to myself, Amma, the garland is so small. It seems like the garland is choking your neck. I say, I wish it was a little more bigger. I don't like this. It's choking your neck. Is it okay? I'm asking her. Suddenly, from the right side, the garland slips out. And then I take it back and I put it and it's still here. 5 seconds. It grew bigger. The garland from there to here. And Shiva Ganesh was also there. My husband was also there, witnessing this as it's happening. Surrender. See how beautiful it is? That joy, that journey is, I can't explain this even better. I hope you all understood, enjoyed the session of surrender, and understood the meaning of surrender, and will incorporate and go through with that journey. It's all about understanding it and going through it. Madhyali Charanam Jai Nandalala.